Hi everyone, Alistair Davies here. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is in response to a comment posted by a viewer, and it's all about shallowing the club. And the viewer expressed that basically if all YouTubers were to get people to shallow the club, they should tell them to keep their back facing target for longer in the transition area. So I want to discuss that, talk to you about the benefits of that, and talk to you about the one pitfall for that and how this can reduce speed and potentially cause you to have the club tilting in the downswing. Lastly, before we get stuck into the content, thanks very much to Salisbury Golf Resort here in Gran Canaria where I'm filming this content today. Now let's get stuck into the technique. So the main premise of this video is shallowing the club. So basically allowing that club to drop with gravity in the downswing to allow you to produce the correct path to hit straight shots or draw shots in the golf swing. Now the viewer talked about being able to keep the back facing target for longer in the downswing. Now if I take my address position here now and I go to the top of my backswing, if I keep my back facing target for longer, for sure that creates room for me to shallow this golf club. And what you'll see here is I can get these arms very deep in the downswing. However, when I do that, and I get the arms deep in the downswing, it is very easy then to get the club tilting this way. So the center of the mass of the shaft can overtake the hands and we get this effect. Now I am obviously exaggerating everything here to make it more obvious for the camera and to make the statement more obvious. In an ideal world, what we'd want to do is feel that the arms had less depth, but the arm had more rotation, pronation if you wanted to call it that word, and the thumbs went back here so the club shallowed that way, and therefore the arms and elbows got out away from our body rather than being deep and behind our body. The secret really for me is, as the club works out, the shaft works down, you get more centrifugal force with the rotation and catch up of that effect that creates more torque and speed. This effect here creates less speed. So keeping the chest facing the target longer will allow you to get the arms deep. And for the golfer that gets ahead of the ball on the way down, it is a great feel and thought. So that therefore would be the perfect comment for that type of golfer. However, for most golfers, I would rather them feel the arms work diagonally, the club shallow, then we turn onto the golf ball at the bottom. That is the most dynamic way to hit the golf ball, and it's the way that most of the top players work. Even in transition, you'll see the club work up, back and down like this, rather than out and forward. So again, keeping the body back helps the club not work forward, but I just worry about the relationship between the shaft and the lead hand tilting this way. So as I said, there are benefits to this thought process, and if you are the kind of guy that gets ahead of the ball on the way down with your sternum, with your head, in transition, it is probably the best thought you could have. Because it would definitely help stop that. But in an ideal world, as I said, I want to make sure the arms don't go too deep in the downswing. And you get that kind of deep stuck look here like this. Now, some good players will certainly show this as a demonstration because they tend to get the club too shallow in the downswing. So they want to get this more steepening of the shaft. So you might see some good players demonstrating that. That's no problem. The important thing is you understand your golf swing, what you need to make you play well, and they understand their golf swing, what they need to play well. Let's go ahead and hit a shot here. Let's just try and feel we shallow the club and just hit a normal shot. Just turn that one over a touch, but quite a nice strike. So this video really is all been about the correct concepts to help you shallow the club, really, and you know how certain concepts will suit certain golfers and certain individuals, and that's absolutely fine. Do what you need to do to make you better. That's the most important message I want you to have from this video. Understand how things work, how they link, how they relate, and how that interacts really affects impact and ball flight. That's very important to try and understand. It's not about you being the golf coach or being you have the intelligence to understand the mechanics and the science of the golf swing inside out. No, it's understanding you, what you need as a person to make you tick. So hopefully you've enjoyed this video. If you have, please click like. Also share the video. Be grateful if you could do that. Also chat down below. Tell me any questions you have, any comments you have, and also send me your golf swings if you like on my email.